We are in Fraserville, Ontario, Canada for the 12th and final race of Season 1 of the SCRL Tim Hortons Canadian Series here at Kawartha Speedway. The 50 car at Kawartha line will be leading us to the green flag. Sharp beside her is the 29 of Dink Drinker. Rest of the starting lineup. 32 cars will be in this event. We have 2 part-timers in this race, Chuttle and Kaka Silverpaw. Heading into this race, we have mathematically 8 drivers who can win the championship. Eric Wayne, our points leader, will be starting 6th. He has a 88-point lead over Betty Barrett, who will be starting shotgun in tonight's race. Jesse Turner will be starting 29th. He's 111 points back. Nick Kennedy will be starting 19th, 142 behind. Jay Jefferson will be starting 4th. He's 145 behind. Ling Ling is 151 points behind. He'll be starting 10th. Alexander Rowe will be starting 27th. He's 168 behind. And Riley Spurleytube is the furthest competitor away, 178 points behind. And Riley will be starting in 21st. So, 25 laps around Kawartha Speedway. Season finale. Who will walk away as the Season 1 champion? We shall find out in 25 laps. Here's the command for the final time.
Drivers, start your engines!
It's been a very interesting season, and we have 8 drivers competing for a championship. What more can you ask for? Nick Kennedy is the only driver in this field that has ever tasted championship gold. That was a Formula 1 series. Last series that we actually did. So Nick Kennedy is trying to win back-to-back championships, which no one has ever done in this league. And we are racing. Right? No, we got a car stall. That's Betty Barrett. Okay. And we got a car on pit road. That's the 04, Luke Rainey. We got a tire problem, so we are under caution. No, we're going green this time. All right. Miscommunication right there between officials, but all right. Pace car is in, and this time we're getting the green. We are racing at Kawartha Speedway for the very first time in this series and league. White line leads him off into turn number 2. Down the backstretch for the very first time under green conditions. For second, Joe Jefferson wants it. And takes position away. As Kawartha is trying to move up past Dink Drinker. And that's... Whoa, Chris Kyle almost... Oh, caution is out. Looks like the 69 and 66 got damaged. Whoa, 3 wide. Oh, God. No. Okay, they keep going. So, oh. Okay. Everybody down. Oh, 9 cars spun. Nope, we're good. Alright. Echo White Line is our race leader. Take a look at the first caution of the day. Night. Okay, so this happened all the way back in turn 4. Colin Dryberg racing with Troy McClure. And the 44 of Caden Irene. McClure clips the 69 of Colin Dryberg. And Irene gets damaged. Troy McClure gets damaged. Zachary Fitzwater got damage on this hood right there. Dryberg spins out and hits the wall. And here comes Tony Newman into the 69. Hard impact. Not the season Dryberg and Tony Newman have been looking for. Both are winless so far this season. And at the rate that we're going, they will both not score a win. So that's a bad break for both of those drivers, as well as Caden Irene. We had some more spins, but it wasn't as major, so... Tony Newman with a lot of damage to the front end of that car. Colin Dryberg got a lot of damage to the rear end of that car. But luckily, none of our 8 championship contenders were involved. So, we will take you back to the restart now. About to get this race restarted. The 66 of Tony Newman is out, and the 42 of Kyle Metz broke a gearbox during the caution, so Kyle Metz will finish second to last. Well, at least he can say he actually won a race this season. Pace car's in. And we are back to racing at Kawartha Speedway. White Line leads him off into turn number 1. She goes way wide, but maintains her race lead. Jonathan Range trying to go around Joe Jefferson, for second. White Line way wide in 4. Joe will lead that lap, get 5 bonus points. Where's our highest championship contender? I believe that would be Eric Wayne. There he is, in 10th. I think that will seal him the championship. Unless something drastic happens. Joe Jefferson, still our race. Oh, caution is out. Let's see, Luke Rainey got involved. Zachary Fitzwater again. Oh, big crash. 82, Treadle. Oh my god, the 5. Grayson is flipping. Oh god. Okay, everybody misses him. Okay. Jay Barker with a lot of damage in the 7. And none of the championship contenders are involved once again. Joe Jefferson is our race leader. Take a look at the second caution of the night. So, I brought out the caution. Zachary Fitzwater, the driver who won the very first race of the season, hits the wall, and then, oh god, hits the wall again, and then hard into that wall. His car loses control right in front of the path of Jay Barker. Hard impact by the 7. Wow. And then Keenan Bush, nowhere to go. And Keenan got damage. Then the 89, Jesse Turner, he gets damage. And there's the 99, Betty Barrett, a championship contender. Luckily, he's to avoid. Now, we move further up ahead. We have more incidences. Here's Grayson HVD racing with Nick Kennedy. Oh, God. Oh, Kennedy gets damage. And then that flips over Grayson. And then Treadle hits Grayson. And then Kennedy decides, you know, I'm going to hit him again. So we do have a championship contender involved in an incident. And look at Grayson go. Wow. Grayson, winless this season. Very uncharacteristic for him because he's normally a very consistent driver. He's just not had the luck this season. And Treadle, unless something happens with the 82 car, he's going to be winless for another season. And Grayson is just spinning around like a top. And Grayson will have a winless season unless some miracle happens and everybody wrecks. And we will restart this race. I mean, we'll take it back to the restart. And we are back. The 84 and 7 are both out of the race. The 5 is 2 laps down. We're back to racing at Kawartha Speedway. Here comes Jonathan Rains running the race lead. White Line way wide, Dink Drinker way wide, the 3 way wide. And we get another caution. Well, I have no idea. But we're about to find out. Joe Jefferson is still our race leader. Take a look at the 3rd or 4th caution. Okay, the 69 Colin Dryberg racing with Evan Rudd. Looks like Rudd hits the wall and hits Colin Dryberg. Dryberg comes back across the track. Dryberg hits Caden Irene. And the 69 and 44 vehicles spin out on the backstretch. And Betty Bird is going to luckily miss this wreck. And we have a 2-car spin on the backstretch. Nothing too major about that. Both drivers are able to avoid hitting the wall. And that's pretty much it. We will take you back to the restart. We are going to get the restart with 5 laps to go. Well, technically 4. We have 27 drivers left on the lead lap. 1 driver is 2 laps down. Joe Jefferson is our race leader. 2nd, Jonathan Rains. 3rd, Kika Whiteline. 4th, Max Anderson. 5th, Dink Drinker. 6th, Jay Jefferson. 8th, Chris Kyle. 9th, AJ Jones. 10th, Riley Swirly 2. Pace car is in. Who will win the race? Who will win the championship? We're back to racing at Kawartha Speedway. Can anybody get around Joe Jefferson? Jonathan Raines trying to get a run. White line, way up wide. Remember, if a caution comes out and the race ends under caution, we will have an option of a green, white, checkered. Joe Jefferson trying to maintain. White line is losing the position. And Joe Jefferson is just pulling away from Jonathan Raines ever so slowly. Next time by will be 2 laps to go. Can Joe hang on for his first career win? Oh! We got cars coming off the track. But it won't matter. White flag. 1 lap to go. All Joe Jefferson has to do is ride around for the next lap, and he'll get his first SCRL win. Off the final turn, Joe Jefferson wins at Kawartha Speedway. And who will be our champion? I believe it'll be Eric Wayne. But first, we got to take you to your results. Here are your race results. Joe Jefferson scores his first career SCRL League win. 2nd, Jonathan Raines. 3rd, Keke Whiteline. 4th, Dink Drinker. 5th, Max Anderson. 6th, Jay Jefferson, so good run for the Jefferson family. 7th, Al Lagasse. 8th, points leader Eric Wayne. I believe that will lock up the championship for him. 9th, AJ Jones. And 10th, Chris Kyle. We had 26 drivers finish the race on the lead lap. We had 1 driver 1 lap down and 1 driver 2 laps down. And none of the championship contenders really were out. The lowest driver in the contendership was Betty Barrett in 22nd. So that is it for Kawartha. We'll take you to Victory Lane with Joe Jefferson, and we will find out who our Season 1 SCRL Tim Hortons Canadian Series champion is. It is official. The SCRL officials have finished looking through the standings and whatnot, and Eric Wayne is our Season 1 SCRL Tim Hortons Canadian Series champion. Eric Wayne entered Kawartha Speedway with an 88-point lead, and he won the championship by 133 over Betty Barrett. Eric Wayne had 1 win, 2 top 5s, and 7 top 10s. Betty Barrett had 1 win as well, 5 top 5s and 5 top 10s. 3rd, Jay Jefferson gained 2 spots in the last race, had no wins, but he had 2 top 5s and 4 top 10s. 4th was Jesse Turner. He dropped a spot in the last race. He had no wins, but he had 4 top 5s and 6 top 10s. 5th, Nick Kennedy looking for his 2nd straight championship. He came up a little bit short. No wins, 3 top 5s, 7 top 10s. He was 157 points behind. 6th, Ling Ling. 2 wins, 3 top 5s, and 5 top 10s in his debut with this league. Riley Spurley Tube, 2 wins, 2 top 5s, and 5 top 10s. 8th, Alexander Rowe, no wins, 3 top 5s, and 4 top 10s. 9th, Troy McClure, no wins, but he had 3 top 5s and 4 top 10s. 10th, Jonathan Raines, no wins, 4 top 5s, and 6 top 10s. 11th, Al Lagasse, no wins, 2 top 5s, and 8 top 10s. 12th, Kay Nyreen, no wins, but she had 2 top 5s and 3 top 10s. 13th, Keenan Bush, 1 top 5 and 4 top 10s. 14th, Jack Lagasse, no wins, 1 top 5 and 2 top 10s. 15th, Dink Drinker, a winless season. He had 2 top 5s and 3 top 10s. 16th, Max Anderson, no wins, but he had 2 top 5s and 5 top 10s. 17th, Chris Kyle, no wins, but he had 1 top 5 and 4 top 10s. 18th, Zachary Fitzwater lost 6 spots in the last race. 1 win, 2 top 5s, and 4 top 10s. 19th, Evan Rudd. He had 1 win and 2 top 5s and 5 top 10s. 20th, Luke Rainey won that race at Riverside. He had 1 top 5. That was his only top 5, his win, and he had 2 top 10s. Kyle Metz finished 21st. 1 win, 2 top 5s, and 3 top 10s. 22nd, Cassie Waz, no wins, but she had 1 top 5 and 3 top 10s. Jay Barker, no wins, no top 5s, and 3 top 10s. 24th, Keckle Whiteline, a very disappointing season for her. She only had 1 top 5 and 1 top 10. 25th, AJ Jones, he had no wins, but he did win 2 LCQs, so you could say he had 2 wins, 2 top 5s, and 4 top 10s. Grayson Ace-Vidu, no wins, no top 5s, and 2 top 10s. A very disappointing season for him, knowing how successful he is. Joe Jefferson, the big winner in the last race at Kawartha Speedway. He gained 3 spots with that win. It was his only top 5 finish, and he had 2 top 10s. Colin Dryberg, way down in points. This was not his series. No wins, 1 top 5, and 1 top 10. 29th, Derek Edison, no wins, no top 5s, and 0 top 10s. Tony Newman finished 30th, the last driver who ran all the races. No wins, he only had 1 top 5 and 1 top 10. Cactus Silver Paul started 7 races, had no wins, no top 5s, and no top 10s. Bulldog 67, part-time schedule, ran 6 races, had no top 5s, no wins, 2 top 5s, and 2 top 10s. 33rd, Nita HPK, no wins, 1 top 5, and 2 top 10s. Truttle, the all-time race winner, this was not his series either, no wins, no top 5s, and 1 top 10. And finishing last in the championship standings is Aureus Centaur. He only had 4 starts. He had 1 win, 1 top 5, and 2 top 10s. Now the statistics for the season, all the starts, of course, are the same because it's just at random. Most wins, Ling Ling and Raleigh Spurley Tube tied at 2. Betty Barrett, Eric Wayne, Evan Rudd with 1. Most top 5s, Betty Barrett with 5, Jesse Turner and Jonathan Rains with 4 apiece, Alexander Rowe and Ling Ling with 3. Most top 10s, Al Agassi with 8, Eric Wayne, Nick Kennedy with 7, Jesse Turner and Jonathan Rains with 6. Polls random because that's how it is. Most laps completed, Eric Wayne with 255, Troy McClure 251, Kaden Irene 249, Jay Jefferson 248, and Keenan Bush 243. Most laps led, our championship winner Eric Wayne had 32 laps led, Luke Rainey had 30, Jonathan Rains 23, Zachary Fitzwater 22, and Betty Barrett with 18. Most miles completed, our championship leader again, Eric Wayne with 191, 1 more mile than Troy McClure. Third, Jay Jefferson 189 complete, Keenan Bush 185, Betty Barrett 184. The fastest average was Motorsports International Raceway, otherwise known as Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Ling Ling 84.985 miles per hour. Our slowest average was Barrie Speedway, won by Eric Wayne, 44.090 miles per hour. The biggest margin was Barrie Speedway, of course, 1.86 seconds. Our closest margin was Riverside, won by Luke Rainey, 0.03 of a second. Fastest pole, slowest pole is random because we just do random qualifying. Most lead changes, Auto Clearing Motor Speedway with 4. Most leaders, Circuit Gilles Villeneuve with 4. Most yellows, Barrie Speedway with 5. Most cars running Riverside with all 30. Most DNFs, Circuit Travail Riveras with 20. So that concludes Season 1 of the SCRL Tim Hortons Canadian Series. Hopefully everybody enjoyed this small little series. We will return to it someday. But Eric Wayne is our Season 1 Tim Hortons Canadian Series champion. And until we see you at the next series, keep the hammer down, and we'll see you at the track.